Here we go again, back with more Pro Cycling Manager, Pro Cyclist mode. Today we're doing an Italian race, Giro della Regione Friuli, and we're starting off with a team time trial, which, as you can see, I'm the only one. I'm 76 and the next guy is 69 and 69. But there's a lot of bad riders. These three riders up here will probably, Gregor, Hart and Leversen, will probably not be able to keep up with my pace, even though it's only a 13-kilometer team time trial. So it's up to me to set a tough pace so we can hopefully get home a good time. I believe this is an under 23 race, so the competition shouldn't be that tough and I should be the favorite to win overall. And our team should probably be one of the favorites to win the stage as well. But of course we wouldn't see that because this is a stupid stage. Yeah, I'm the favorite overall. By far. Okay, so now it's my team's turn. I'll be going at 20 seconds at 90 pace. And 90% of my energy. Of my capability is probably the better word for it. So Silvioso has 69 times trial. That's a pretty good stat. He's probably one of the guys who hopefully will last with me for a long time. Vinjebo as well, maybe. Kraunersen as well. Gregor, Hardal, Jeppesen not. Rabeck should be able to keep up with me. So now is where I have to set a tough pace. And some of the people behind me will probably really suffer by it. You can see the green bars here. Vinjebo is looking pretty weak because he's sitting in my wheel and has to close the gap up to me. So he'll probably not take that big of a lead afterwards. Okay, that's my lead done. Yeah, he skipped his lead right away down to Kraunersen. And we're in 4th place. That's not that great. So no Rabeck. I don't know if I'm actually doing anything by pressing these buttons because they're not clickable, but it seems like they're actually skipping their lead like I'm telling them to when I click the buttons. Okay, Rabeck can stop leading now. Stop. Okay, I don't think I'll get a second go up front because I timed this pretty badly. Hardal is the last guy here. If he falls off, we'll lose a lot of time, but there's only 500 meters to go. So I think he will be able to stick with the front. Yeah, okay. Almost, but still good enough to get 32 seconds behind BMC. BMC probably has some pretty good riders. What do they have? They have... Where are they? BBC under 23 team. BBC Dev team. 63... 71. Not that great, but no bad riders like my team have. I should have done better anyway. I have too good stats to enter stages like this. So far 5th still. 6th. One of the worst teams so far. Not satisfied with this performance at all. I have quite a few seconds to gain on the hill stages, on the mountain stages as well. So yeah, we know all of this. The same rider every single time because they're all under 23. So it's the same rider. And of course BMC also won the team award. Yay! Who guessed it? I guessed it. Everybody guessed it. Yeah. Next stage is a flat stage. We'll simulate through that. And then we have a hill stage, a mountain stage, and we'll end off with another flat stage. I don't know if I'll do both the hill and the mountain stage in this video. Depends on how much time and how long the stages are. But we'll see through it. 1:34. Apparently I'll already simulate through it. So yeah. Didn't even realize I clicked that. But didn't lose any time overall. So I don't really care. Already up to 11 victories this year, apparently. Most of them have, of course, come in time trials and mountain classics in the under 23 races. This is the first hill stage. And hopefully I can bring home another stage victory for my tally and bring it up to 12 victories for this season and this career so far. I should be one of the favorites to win overall, if not the favorite to win the stage. I would imagine so, that I would be one of the favorites at least. But again, the loading is too fast. I don't know why it's too fast. Every time I want to see who's the favorite, it's... Oh, I can actually see this time. I'm the third. Didn't even see who the other two guys were because it went by so fast. But yeah, I'll have some fun with the stage again because I know I can beat everybody else by 2 or 3 minutes in the last stage. So I'll have some fun by dropping everybody apart from the other favorites at this climbs right here, because that seems like a lot of fun, doesn't it? I think so, at least. But all we do now is need to get over the first little hill here, and then we'll have to pass this mountain/hill 4 times. I think I've seen this stage before. I think they're just reusing this from another under 23 race, because it seems really familiar to me. But maybe they're just having the same hill in 2 different stage races. I don't know. It's probably easy to reuse the same hill several times. I would appreciate some water from Jeppesen before we actually start off this stage race. Or my mission to get. Okay, I have gotten some water now. Just move up a lot to set in good position before the climb starts. But of course I don't have to look at the first, I have to look at the second arrow. And we'll see if anybody lost any energy here. Yeah, you can see the pulse already raises quite a bit. Almost all of my riders of my team over 150 pulse, something even over 170. And now it's just hanging on by dear life for every rider right now. This isn't a tough pace I'm setting right now, this is a normal pace. But you can already see, for some of the riders, this is really tough. They won't be able to keep up with this pace for a long time. Especially for the riders sitting in my wheel. Petilli, who I have dueled with before, is sitting right behind me with his uni team. Lots of under 23 as well, sitting up here. Petretti, who is Petilli's apparently helper, is using all of his energy to protect him. But I think he's spending more time blocking him than helping him, honestly. Only 100 riders left. None of them with much energy left. Petretti has fallen off now. It's only me. Petretti has no helpers left anymore. Van Roy, who's in the leading jersey, is struggling a lot as well. So 103 riders made it over. I don't think a lot of riders actually fell off. Did any of the riders from my team fall off? I think everybody actually made it over. But none of them with that much energy left. So everybody has some time to regain some strength as we're going through the downhill sector right here. 92 riders left now. 9 riders more fallen off. 2 riders more fallen off. As we're heading to the second passage of whatever climb this is. Still the breakaways up front. Must be setting a pretty tough pace to actually hold the gap as well as they're doing right now. And now we are pretty much starting. Yeah, this is the first little climb, then we have a small flat sector and then it's going upwards for the next, I don't know. I can't see how many kilometers it is because there's not a mountain sprint on top of this one. But I can see it here. Next 5 kilometers is going uphill. Van Roy the sprinter, the yellow jersey. 65 mountain stats is, mountain hill stats is pretty good, but not good enough to sit in the wheel for as long as a guy like Petilli with 72 hill. Herklotz, Ruitos, Lafay. 3 riders actually. We created a small gap here, but it's quickly closed again. And the breakaway is blocking, and Herklotz is now the only guy in my wheel. He has the same hill stats as me. So now the Peloton have to set a tough pace and drop some and use some of the teammates if they actually want to catch me. This is pretty much the scenario I was hoping for. The breakaway blocking me off, so I couldn't. So they'll block some of the favorites off, and they'll have to spend a lot of their own energy catching me. Herklotz himself is now setting a tough pace. Yeah, he realizes that the strategy I'm using is brilliant, and he's thinking, why didn't I think of this myself? And so that is because you're not as smart as I was. And of course, only 32 riders now in the group behind me. Silvoso is still sitting there, has a pretty good amount of energy left. Only 18 riders now. Silvoso couldn't keep up. I think he was caught the wrong place at the wrong time. But I think he is protecting someone else as well, which is probably a mistake since he is the stronger rider than Krav Andersen right now. 2 riders more coming up to us. Petilli and from 82R under 23 team, Parat Printier. Großschartner as well. See, this race is turned much tougher, all because of me. Normally, everybody would have saved the energy until the last climb, but because I set a tough pace and not my helpers, I set a tough pace. There's only 3 guys up front now, and Herklotz is actually Herklotz. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's actually fallen a bit behind now because he was caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. So now I think we are around 7 riders up front, and I'll push my energy, the amount of energy I'll spend, I pushed it to 70 now just to put a bit more pressure on the riders behind me. Yeah, we are gaining time, the 3 up front here. Petilli is probably my biggest competition because he's also good in mountains. Großschartner is not really a rider I'm worried about, considering he has only 69 mountain stats and I have 76. So it shouldn't be that much of a problem. But yeah, 75. That'll make Petilli and Großschartner have to up their pace a bit to just sit on my wheel. Getting up to the next mountain sprint, which I will take happily as well. 5 riders behind me. I'm second in the mountain class, in the mountain standings right now. Because of that, only one more time we have to pass the last hill here. I'll get some water meanwhile. Sit in the Großschartner's and Petilli's wheel. I don't know who's in the next group. Printier, Herklotz, Marminkin, Mühlberger, Bouchereau. Some okay riders, but not really any riders I'm scared of, because they're all worse than me. I mean, yeah. Only 3 riders now. Marminkin and Bouchereau has fallen off the group behind. Großschartner trying to create a bit of a gap on the downhill sector here. I'll use a bit of my energy now because I can and because I feel like I need to if I want to create a gap. I don't think I have the energy left to really push hard for a gap. but maybe I do. 3 riders down here have around the same stats as me, but were just caught the wrong place at the wrong time. Petili is being trapped by my tough pace now, which is probably a bit of a worry for me since I as well don't have any energy left, and I will now have to go solo with no energy. Do have energy bar running, but that's not much of a help towards anyone. And now I'm completely cold, but I'm still gaining time apparently. 30 seconds. I'm not gaining time. I'm keeping the gap around that 35 seconds, and I'll gain some more points here. Don't know what I'm in overall now. 65 downhill is not a lot. Petila and Grosjean are so close to catching each other. They probably will once we get the flat part. Petila will probably catch Grosjean. I was hoping that I would gain some more energy on this downhill sector. And we have this little small climb now coming up. And we'll see if any of the riders behind me has saved up some energy for this last climb. I don't imagine they would have, because they probably would have caught me now if they had. So I have no energy left, but I'm gaining time simply because of that I have better stats than everybody else has. 3 kilometers to go. Can I'll put it to 99, just because I can. See if it actually helps me gain any time. Can I win by over a minute? It's just around the 1 minute mark. And I think that's I won by over a minute. And Petili was actually caught by Mühlberger at the end because of the pace I set on the entire stage. I think everybody else was pretty much dead. So winning a hill stage is actually pretty surprising for me, because I think that's the first hill stage I've won. The other hill stages in the under 23 races, I've usually just went home with the front group and maybe lost in the sprint or so. But this time I actually won by over a minute and 2 seconds. So first overall, and actually always nice to get some XP, even though I've done these several times already. It's always nice. But next, we'll do the mountain stage. I'll have the next video, and we'll end off the Giro della Regione Friuli. So see you guys next time. Goodbye.